Hello, I've decided to make a polenta bake, so I'm going to show you most of the steps of making it. Not all of them, because I started doing the polenta bake before I started making this video, and I didn't think of it until afterwards. But I'll do my best, maybe you'll work it out. Got this pumpkin that was grown in my mother's garden. Roasted it in a tin, and we're going to add it to this thing. It's a polenta and parmesan bake. You can make up the polenta about 5 ounces or 150 grams. And make it up the dry polenta, add a load of parmesan and water, follow the directions on the packet and then leave it to set. Or you can do what I've done, which is get ready-made polenta, which doesn't have the parmesan in it, so I'm going to have to add more parmesan afterwards to make up the difference. So you've got the polenta there. I'm going to cut it into triangles. You have 1.5 pints of water, salt and pepper, a can of tomatoes, chopped tomatoes, 2 tablespoons of sun-dried tomato puree, and about 7 fluid ounces, 200 millilitres of white or red wine, and just boil it up for about 10 to 15 minutes until it's reduced by about a third. You need about 12 ounces of hard cheese. This is cheddar. You can use Gruyere, or I suppose you could use Caerphilly or Wensleydale, semi-hard cheese, anything really. This is nice strong cheddar, but use whatever you want really, it doesn't really matter. I say 12 ounces, just use as much as you want really. And about 5 tablespoons of grated parmesan, or if you want to use dried parmesan, it's not quite as nice. This is obviously more expensive to get parmesan. If you don't like parmesan, just use something else. So basically just hard, strong cheese, nice cheese, as much as you want. About 10 minutes later, and it's reducing quite nicely. Cut the polenta into triangles, or really whatever shape you want to. It's going to be slightly different if you've made it from a packet or if you've got it from scratch. So really, thick or as thin as you want it. That's quite thick, I might cut that down a bit, but it's up to you really what you want to do. So put about half of it in a nice container. Then put all of the pumpkin on top of the mixture. It is quite difficult to do this one-handed, so if you make this, try to do it without having a camera in your other hand. Put about half the polenta and about half the cheese on next. Just layer it on top until it's about half full. You can probably hear some noises in the background. That's my nephews. They're all down being looked after today. And my brother, who is probably also being looked after by my nephews. They're his kids. Right, so there you are. Half of the mixture, and put cheese, about half of the cheese there. So then you carry on, you put the rest of the polenta on the top. Put it in a hot oven, about gas mark 6, which is 200 centigrade or 400 Fahrenheit. Make sure you've already heated the oven for a while and then turn the temperature down a little bit. Leave that in the oven for 35 to 45 minutes. So that looks like it's done now. So I'm going to give it to my family to eat now and eat some of it myself and have a lovely time eating it. So bye bye.